Ole Miss Baseball's Judd Utermark welcomes you to Judd U, an Ole Miss podcast brought to you by the Ole Miss Spirit and RiverLand Roofing.
Welcome back to Judd U podcast. I'm Judd Utermark. Today we have Owen Paino, freshman from New York. Paino, thanks for coming on the podcast, man.
Really?
Yeah, Paino, shortstop, infielder, freshman from what?
Poughkeepsie, New York.
Poughkeepsie, New York. How big is that town?
It's a pretty big town in New York, yeah.
Okay. How far from New York?
About an hour straight north, right up the Hudson River.
Okay. Yes, Owen Paino, he had a great fall this year. Looking forward to the spring, seeing him out there in action. Owen, tell me a little bit about you growing up from either middle school or high school. Obviously, has a lot of accolades throughout his high school years. Tell me, was baseball always your sport, or did you play anything else?
No, yeah, baseball definitely was not my top sport when I was growing up. It was definitely basketball.
Okay.
And because I enjoyed my time out there playing basketball. I had the most fun.
Yep.
But when I was about 11, 12 years old and I started to get into competitive competition, baseball definitely took a step above basketball.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed going out with my baseball team, competing for championships more than basketball, because New York basketball, Poughkeepsie, the high school I was at, wasn't that that good compared to some of the other schools that we played. So I saw when I was around 12 years old and started taking baseball more seriously because I liked competing in that sport more, and I knew that I had a step above everyone else in baseball, a little bit more than basketball in New York. And I just continued to work more at baseball, but still enjoyed playing basketball. I played up until my junior year.
Yeah, I was just about to ask.
Yeah, senior year, I decided not to play.
That was the same thing with me.
I dealt with some injuries.
Yeah,
basketball.
Exactly.
Baseball, never had an injury.
Yeah,
I'm knocking on wood right now.
Yeah,
but,
that's right.
Basketball, I dealt with injuries every year I played. And in New York, it's actually a cool rule. In your middle school, our middle school is 7th and 8th grade.
Okay.
In middle school, you could play up on either junior varsity or varsity level
just basketball or
any sport.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you have to take a physical fitness test, but if you pass that, you could play up. So I was on varsity baseball and basketball 7th through 11th
crazy.
grade for basketball, and then 7th to senior year for baseball.
Yeah, so you really got your full 4 years of basketball in.
Yeah.
And taking that last year off.
That was all I needed.
Yeah.
It was enough. Too much running for me.
Those basketball guys, I don't know how they do it, because when I played, my knees would hurt every single day. Walking through the hallways of school or whatever, trying to talk to my friends, my knees would just kill me. And I don't know how these guys do it, especially here at Ole Miss or anywhere in collegiate basketball, because they play so many games.
So many.
Like, I don't know how it does it. But
Can you both still get the rim?
Oh, for sure. Oh, I'm slamming that thing.
Can you?
With enough adrenaline, yeah, I can get up there. I can get up there.
I knew he could, yeah. You're 100% dunking. I'm 100% dunking on you.
Oh, you're not.
Yes.
I'm taking a charge.
I fully believe, and hopefully we can have Coach Beard on here one day, I fully believe that I could be a 2-3 sport athlete here at Ole Miss.
Maybe 4.
Maybe.
Track and field.
I think I could do it, man. I'm just that confident.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so actually, talking about athleticism and all that, we're in the middle of the Omaha Challenge right now. Today is Thursday. It's November 20th? 21st. Day 4 of the Omaha Challenge. Y'all will see it out on the season. Y'all may have been seeing some stuff on social media. How is this gone? How has this Omaha Challenge gone for you?
It's a great experience. Going in, I was a little nervous, not really sure what to expect.
Yeah.
Like you said, I saw the videos on YouTube from past years, and it definitely looked tough. But going in, I was definitely nervous. First day, I was sitting with my roommates. I was like, "Are you guys nervous, or am I the only one in there?" "Oh no, we're nervous." I was like, "All right, good." But getting into it, first day was I personally think was the toughest.
Yep.
We were in the Manning Center pushing a bunch of weight, running a lot, and I threw up.
Yeah.
As a
lot of other guys did.
Yeah, I don't know if that was nervousness or the Chipotle that I had a few hours before. But throughout the week, it's just so competitive, team versus team. And I feel like that's what kind of gets your mind off of how hard of the things that we're doing.
Yeah.
Is the competitiveness and the fun that we're having while doing it.
Yeah, there's a lot of chirping that's going on,
yeah.
like especially Navy and Red right now.
Yeah, top 2.
Yeah, I mean it gets kind of cutthroat towards
yeah.
the later days because the rankings start to come out, starting to get close. But we got last day. You know, we don't even know what the event is, but we have the challenge course through the vault, most likely. How you feeling about that? Your legs ready?
Oh, well, we're going to have to find
Yeah,
out.
that's right. Throwing in the fire.
Yeah, Friday morning, 5 o'clock in the morning. Definitely going to have to get a good night's sleep tonight. But I feel like the 2 mile was a little preseason for this.
Yeah, that's
fair. Should be ready to go.
Yeah, well, good.
We'll see.
So this fall, mostly played shortstop.
Yes.
A little bit of third, a little bit of second. I know we were up the middle.
So did you. Yeah.
We were up the middle a little bit. Coach didn't let me play shortstop. You know, going into this year, right, having the possibility to start at shortstop, there's a question that all Ole Miss fans have, and it's, when are you going to dye your hair? You know, and how is it going to look? Because you're going to have to post a picture of it and let everybody know.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited for that opportunity. You know, my mom was like, you might actually have to dye your hair blonde, right? And I was like, yeah, like I'm not gonna have a choice. And I've never I see some high school teams that like dye their hair blonde for playoffs. My high school never did it, so my hair has been this color the whole time.
Yeah.
But I'm excited to see what it looks like.
We're gonna get that thing bleach blonde.
I feel like it could look good.
Yeah. Are you thinking you're gonna go like dye tips? All blonde, or just gonna experiment?
I think I'm gonna go all out and all blonde.
I like it. That's the best way to do it.
Maybe shave it, pull like a little Joe Burrow.
I like that. Oh, that's good. Well, Joe Burrow now has the frosted tip, or like the streaks, like the Bengals. Okay. But he used to have that shaved.
Yeah. I don't know, but I kind of like the long hair with the baseball hat.
It'll be posted, so y'all go ahead and follow Owen Paino. What's your Instagram tag?
Owen.Paino6.
Owen.Paino6. Go follow him on Instagram. And be on the lookout for that blonde hair coming in soon, because I know I will be.
Protecting homes and businesses from the whims of nature, you need more than just quality materials. You require RiverLand Roofing. Licensed, insured, and certified, RiverLand Roofing offers not only the assurance of excellence, but a tailored approach to your unique structural needs and budget. To learn more about what RiverLand Roofing can do for you and the community, call them at 662-644-4297 or visit riverlandroofing.com.
You know, going into senior year, coming out of senior year, being Gatorade Player of the Year, I'm sure you were, 1 or 2 top-ranked shortstop in the nation. What was the decision to come here and not go pro?
The big thing for me was I'm still ready to compete for a championship. I want to play for a national championship. I want to win a national championship. And if I decided to go to pro ball, it would kind of be by myself a little bit, just doing individual stuff. And I love competing as a team. Yeah. And just I wanted to experience a college experience. Yeah. I think I was mentally ready to go to pro ball, but I think that I'm going to develop 10 times better here. And I'm going to have the most fun that I can, because I could always go to pro ball in 3 years. I can't go to pro ball, come back to college. Yeah. So but definitely the biggest thing is competing for the national championship and creating teammates that are going to be my brothers for the rest of my life.
Yeah, no, for sure. You know, it's hard to win a national championship in the minor leagues. Yeah. But coming to a place like Ole Miss, SEC, where, like you said, you invested in the coaches, you built a brotherhood, with all the players in the locker room in this town, man, there's nothing like it. The city of Oxford, it's a wonderful place, and Paino's going to be here for the next 3 years. So, talked a little bit about, the draft and the pro side of it. I want to switch it up. You're from New York, right? What part of New York?
Poughkeepsie, New York, about an hour north of New York City.
Gotcha. Okay. Growing up, Coach B always gives us around this Thanksgiving time, a speech of who are you grateful for. I want you to shout out one person that you're grateful for.
Yeah. One person, other than my parents, one person I'm grateful for is my high school coach. His name is Pat Mealy. He's also the father of my best friend growing up my whole life. And he has been such a father figure for me. Yeah. one as a coach, but then also as a person, because I'm always at his house, hanging out with my best friend. But he created a system in me. He was my coach since I was 8 years old. So for about 10 years now, he's showed me how to become a better person and a better player on the field, and how to play this game the right way.
Yeah, no, for sure. Man, that's awesome. What was his name again?
Pat Mealy.
Pat Mealy. If you're watching this, Owen Paino appreciates you a lot.
Wrote him the letter yesterday too. So
awesome. Yeah, so he'll be getting that letter soon. Okay, so, transitioning this fall now, right? You went through a full fall, thankfully being healthy, had a successful fall. I think anybody would agree. How was the transition from high school and travel ball to playing in your first SEC fall?
Yeah, at first it was definitely tough.
Yeah.
Back in New York, high school, I think the hardest I saw was 97, but that was one game out of the 28 that we played.
That's right.
It was consistently low 80s, and then I step on campus here, and it's consistently low 90s.
Yeah.
So that took a little bit of adjustment to make. I think I do a good job in slowing the game down, so in the field it really didn't feel that much different, except when Luke Hill would hit me a 107 ground ball, or even Judd Utermark would
There's
smoke
not
one
much
at
you
me.
can do with
No.
whenever Luke Hill's up to bat and you're a defender.
No, but I do a good job of slowing the game down, and really just coming out here and just playing baseball.
Yeah. No.
So, it definitely was a big adjustment at first, but I think I adapted to it pretty quickly.
Yeah, you did a great job, I thought, at least this fall, coming in freshman year. That shock is, you'll never feel that. Maybe if you step onto a big league field for the first game, but it's a totally different game almost. And what happens to a lot of people is, like you said, you just get sped up. Guys run faster, they throw harder, they locate better, and they hit harder ground balls. So how are you going to adjust? Are you going to speed up with it and rush yourself, rush your teammates, or are you going to, like you said, slow it down, play your game that you've always played, and trust that you're good enough? And you showed that this fall. Like, it was an impressive fall, especially coming in here freshman year. He says that he was nervous or sped up a little bit in the first few games. You couldn't see it. That's kind of that pro mentality of, this guy's going to be elite for us this year.
And as we got through the fall, I think what helped was practices.
Yeah.
Because as an infielder, I never really learned the two-step or the four-step to first base on ground balls. And when Coach Cleary implemented that into all of us infielders, I was like, oh, this kind of makes sense. You have a faster runner, 2 steps is really all you need to get the ball to first base. So going through practices definitely made me feel more comfortable. And that North Alabama game, first fall game against an opposing team, and man, I can't even imagine what it's going to be like Friday night when we play Mississippi State or Tennessee. Because I was pumped up for that game.
Yeah.
I was ready to go. I think all of us were. So I can't even imagine what it's like when 12,000 people are going to be in the stands.
Oh, for sure. All right, having the fall being over, one more day until the Omaha Challenge is done. We have finals, and then we jump right into the spring after a few inter squads. How are you feeling about that? Are you excited for this year, or are you trying to just take it in day by day? What's your thoughts about that?
No, I'm excited, and I'm looking forward to it, definitely. I know I'm going to get home for Christmas break, and I'm going to be happy that I'm home for about a week, and then it's going to be like, when do we get to go down and start the season? But looking at the schedule, we definitely have a tough schedule, but I think we're ready for it and prepared ourselves in the fall, and then hopefully carries over to the spring. But I'm really excited for it, and I'm excited to go out and play real baseball with Ole Miss and my new teammates.
Yeah, for sure. Couple impact players, and you don't have to necessarily put who did the best, but who are guys that surprised you or think are going to be big pieces about this upcoming spring season?
Yeah, I think consistently throughout the fall, Luke Hill hit the ball hard always, very consistent. But I would say the biggest name that I saw this fall compared to watching games last year and then what I saw this year in the fall is Campbell Smithwick.
Yeah.
I think he had a really huge fall for him.
Yeah.
And I did see a little struggle last year, and he knows that, and I'm pretty sure
he'd be the first one to say it.
A lot, yeah, exactly. And he made a big jump this fall.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that's from playing the amount of games he did in the Cape Cod League and getting that experience against the best college players in the country.
Yeah.
But he came here ready to play.
He did.
Straight business. And he had a really good fall.
Yeah, I'm excited to see both of those guys. And it's easy to see why they can be as good as they're going to be, that I truly believe that they are, just from the fall, man, and knowing those guys. And like you said, you see it, and it's mainly the consistency.
Yeah, and he looks like he's having fun, and he's going out there confident.
It does, yeah. Transitioning to the last thing, right, we want to get back on track as an Ole Miss team.
Absolutely.
But what's some individual goals for yourself, right, that's going to help our team, go to that next level?
Yeah, obviously the first thing is that I want to be a freshman All-American.
Yeah.
And that's the main goal, and then it kind of trickles down from there. That's I want to at least keep at least 300 batting average throughout the year.
Yeah.
I know that's a high expectation, but I think if I put those high expectations on me, then I'm going to be able to meet them.
That's right, yeah.
And then consistently in the field, errors are going to happen.
Yep.
But it's how I respond to them
Yeah.
after it. And just keep going at it. I just want to win.
Yeah.
I really can care less how I do as a individual. If I go 0 for 4, we win.
Yeah, no, exactly.
I'm going to be coming into this locker room happy.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and that's the biggest thing. And I'm going to brag on Paino a little bit, and he may not want to respond, but he's the ultimate team guy. He's a guy that you want in your corner. I'm so happy that he decided to come here, and he's had this professionalism about him that he puts Ole Miss first over himself. He's not scared to hold guys accountable. It's just I can really see you starting to mold into a leadership position even as a freshman, which is rare. It's rare for a lot of guys to do that. But thank you for your time. Thank you for hopping on this podcast, man. It was a pleasure.
Absolutely.
I know me included, but all the fans of Ole Miss, they're excited to see you step on that field and dominate, man.
Yeah, I'm very excited for it. Can't wait.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Well, thank you, Paino.
Thank you, Judd.
Appreciate it. Thank you to RiverLand Roofing and Ole Miss Spirit for sponsoring this podcast. This is the Judd U podcast. Appreciate you guys tuning in, and we'll see you coming up.